This section we're going to discuss how one can go about changing the different kinds of frame objects that are available in the presentation plot. The first one that we're going to change here, and the way we're going to discuss it, is with the header. The header is the first object that's on the list of drop-down objects. So you can look in here and you can see all the different objects that are available, and most all of them are editable to some degree or another. And in the header object, what you can consist of different types of information. You can have graphic objects, like here we have an Exxon logo on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side we have the Performance Drilling logo. And in between we have a text flow area, which is divided into 6 rows by 3 columns. And the way we design this is by selecting the number of sections that we want to have, in this case 3 sections, this graphic section, this text flow section, and another graphic section. And then the one that we want to edit is selected right here. We want to select the first one in this case, and we want to change this Exxon over to a Performance Drilling object. And we already have it selected as a graphic, so we don't have to change that. So all we have to do is find the logo that we wish to use. So I'm going to choose Browse here, and it brings me directly to my logos directory. If it wasn't already in the logos directory, then I would navigate to it and pull it up. And I see my logo right here, so I double click on it, and it's been selected. I can see the name there, but I haven't generated it, so I'm going to apply, and I can see that that's there. Let's say I'm looking at this and I decide, you know, I want that section to be a little bit smaller than it is. So I have this area down here, which it tells me the percentage that each section takes up. I start at 0 and I go to 12%, and that's from here to here of the overall width of the entire page. And then I go out to 88%, which is out here, and I go from 88 to 100. I have to actually type these numbers in, so it's important to be careful about the numbers that you type in. So I decide that instead of having 12%, I want to have 9% to that first line. And I go there and I apply that, see how that looks, and I go, oh, that looks pretty good. But I want to have the same thing on the other side, so I'm going to put 91 here, which would be 9% away from 100, and I'm going to apply that. So now I have symmetry across my page there. Then I decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do some editing on my header information that I have. So I come to the second section, and I have new information here. It's identified this as a text flow object, and it's showing me down here all the information that I have in here. So I say, okay, that's fine. Township section range, got that, that's good. Field, yeah, maybe I don't want that, so I click on it, get rid of it. Work order number, I don't need that. Yeah, AP, everything else looks pretty good. And I said, well, how many do I have there? I've got 14. So I could have 2 rows of 7. So I go, okay, I want to have 7 rows, and I want to have 2 columns for that particular thing, and I want that section to be divided up to 0, 50, 100. And that's of that section. So I go apply, and now I've got that, and I go, oh, that looks pretty good, I like that. And then I say, well, maybe the font should be a little bit bigger. So I come over here and I say, oh, maybe it should just be bold and make it 10 size. Do that, so I'm going to go apply that change. I say, okay, that's cool, I like that. Then I say, now I want that to be the same thing that I'm going to continue to have on all of my headers. So I make that the default. And when I've done that, it's done.